guys? This is Ben with Warhammer Fantasy Battles. This is a game I got with my buddies at the local hobby shop. I just kind of showed up, and then when he showed up, he asked me if I had a game with anybody. I said no, so I started playing him. He brought some Vampire Covenant, and he told me ahead of time, he's like, this list is not optimized to... He says it's not optimized at all. So I was like, okay, whatever. Let's just play, get a game in. So I don't know exactly what he brought, but I know that on the left-hand side he's got a Lord on. I think it's I don't know, maybe a Revenant or something like that. He's got 2 units of Vamp Knights. He's got 1 of 3 and 1 of 6. And he's got 30 zombies, 30 zombies, 30 zombies. I think he's got 3 units of 30 zombies. He's got some ghouls, some bat swarms, some ethereal guys, and then the skeleton bunker in the back with his general and I think his BSB. On my side, I'm trying out these boar riders, total of 12. But I got my Nasher, Dashers, Spider Riders, Feral Orcs, Boar Riders, Common Goblin Raiders. I think all the Raiders have shields, just shields. Then I got my General on his Chariot, who's got a 1-up, 4-up, rerolling wounds against him. I've got 20 Cave Goblins with a Mad Git. They have short bows, and I have a level 4 and a level 2 in there. No scroll. I believe the level 2 had the Tome of Arcane Lore. I've only got 1 spider in this list. I've got a unit of 3 wolf chariots, and then another unit of Nasher Dashers. So I've got 5 units of chaff here with some pretty good impact hits running around. So anyways, Vanguards look like this. He didn't have any Vanguards, I don't think. So I Vanguarded up as you see. I believe it is my first turn. Yep. So my first turn, I move everything up. I had no shooting, so I didn't have to care about anything in the back. So I just threw everybody up as far as I could. Did Evil Eye, killed 1 because I rolled like a 3 or something for my my 2d6. Over here, I don't think it did anything. I don't think it did anything at all. Miasma got -3 movement on these guys, or something. Yep, I think that's it. So, turn 1 for him. He moves this Lord up here. He has a Scream, I think, which is why he moved him up this way, because he's going to scream at my Nasher Dashers. He moved his skeletons up. He doesn't have movement tray for him, so he's like trying to get him killed. I'm not, okay, cool. That's fine with me. It just makes the game go a bit faster because he doesn't have to move them individually as he moves forward. He moved his Vampire Knights back because he was trying to get out of the way of my Wolf Riders from chaffing him up. And I don't think anything else really moved. For his shooting phase, magic, he did nothing. He couldn't get anything off because I had a +3 casting. And then his guy screamed, killed 1 guy. And the Nasher Dashers that I have here are straight up Mad Gits glued on to Nashers. They look pretty cool. So anyways, top of 2, I'm charging in, and before you say anything, my general, I use the laser pointer. My general has the, maybe 2 or 3 millimeters of his front of his chariot can see his zombies. So I'm going into his zombies like that. He can't flee, and obviously he's immune to psych, so charging in over here. They get in. They're going to be doing their D3 impact hits. These guys both get in. I charge my general up like this because I wanted to get my general into his Vampire Knights. His Vampire Knights are like 6 or 7 inches away. And with the Gargantula, I was thinking maybe if I overrun, I think I... Oh, because I couldn't get all the way over, I'm actually just tip to tip with my my general. So, looks like this. Moved up my chaff to get in the way, just so that nothing's really getting into me. These guys did literally nothing with their impact hits. Wiped that out completely. He had like 3 or 4 guys left, and they crumbled. And of course, I did not overrun as far as I wanted to. So it's on to bottom of 2. He charges his lord over here on the left-hand side into my cave goblins, into the flank. I release the Mad Git, and I roll a 1 when he gets released, and he dies. He trips over a log, and the big ball on the chain smacks him right in the face, and he kills himself. So, he's also charging here, and he wants to get his other Vampire Knights in the back into my Gargantula, because I think he's moving them up into my Wolf Riders. Charging his zombies into my Boar Boys, his other zombies into my Wolf Riders. Then he's charging his ghouls and his ethereal guys into my Spider Riders. Fails that charge, thank God. He makes it in here. Now, after the game had finished, we had talked about it, and we found that if he runs into my general as well as the unit of Wolf Riders, he counts as having a charge against my general and the Wolf Riders, because it would bring him into contact with my general. Comment and let me know if that's wrong or not. So anyways, he gets in with everything. I think this was because I feared him. I don't remember. It was something. He does some magic and gets 1 wound off here. No shooting, combat. He wipes everything out and just kind of stands, just kind of reforms right there. Over here, he does nothing to me. I kill off 4. This happens. He kills off the Wolf Riders, overruns into my general. He would have only had 3 guys in. If we maximized, he'd still only have 3 guys in. It wouldn't have made much of a difference. Because I have a 1-up, 4-up, and he's got a reroll of his wounds. So, yeah. So anyways, over here, I kill off 8, 9, 10, 11. And he does nothing to me, so he crumbles a little bit. Goes into my turn 3. I am doing a long ball charge with my Wolf Chariots into his Vampire Knights. I'm trying to get as many impact hits as I possibly can because he can't save all the 3-ups. These guys are going into the Bat Swarms because reasons. Nasher Dashers are going into his Wraiths just because I want to try and kill him with combat res. Anyways, these guys make it in. My Gargantula charged into his Wizard, and I went tip to tip like that so I could get into the flank of the Vampire Knights in the back. My 2 Wizards walked out of the unit because I didn't want to get them killed with the charge from his guy, and since I'm in combat with his last Wizard, he can't really do anything to me with the fire spells that he has. So I cast Evil Eye onto these guys, do 1 wound. Pop Turn to Smoke on the Vampire Knights. He does get the strength of, I think he's only strength 6 now instead of 7. Or no, he's strength 5 instead of 6. Or whatever it is, into my general. I don't think he gets the high strength attacks into my Oh no, he's strength 7. So he's strength 6 into my general, and he's strength 4 into my goblin chariots, because he didn't charge into my goblin chariots. I don't know if that's how it works or not, but either way. And with the shadow spells, I move up my guys out of harm's way. Over here, my Nasher Dashers kill off 2. I wipe those guys out and overrun into his ghouls. He kills off 3 Wolf Riders. I kill off 4 of his zombies with my Wolf Riders. My Wolf Riders flee. He overruns into my Boar Boys. I really should have just done these combats backwards, but I didn't, so oh well. Runs into there. I kill off a bunch of them. You know, they don't do anything to me because I've got a 2-up armor save, so I'm fine. Over here, kill this guy, overrun into these guys. Don't really have to maximize because I'm only into 1. Over here, my impact hits and my regular attacks kill off 4. Now, I'm not sure how this works, but he had 2 guys in contact with my general. Is my understanding that when you attack, when 2 units are in combat with 1, you would remove units from the side that would keep them in combat, or I don't know. The impact hits killed 4. And that was basically it, because my general couldn't swing into him, because he removed his guys from my general's side instead of from the chariot side. Well, he removed 2 from the chariot side, and then he removed 2 from the general side, which bumped him out of combat. So I mean, I'm not really sure if that's how it's supposed to go, but that's how we played it. They were dead anyways. So anyways, he does 3 wounds to me. I do 4 wounds to him. I win because we got a charge and 4 wounds, and he's only got a charge and 3 wounds. Oh no, it was a push. So anyways, next. Bottom of turn 3. He moves his guy up because he wants to scream at my shamans. I kill off the rest of them. Kill off all of his ghouls and overrun into his general's bunker. Now I went straight forward, but then I reformed to, maximize because it's a new charge. Over here, I killed off his other guys, and then after combat reformed to get more guys in combat onto his zombies. Over here, my Gargantula kills his 3 Vamp Knights, and we do literally nothing to each other from the 2 Vamp Knights there. With my Gargantula, I think he fled, because I didn't kill them all, but he fled, and I overran, and I ran into his Vamp Knights. Top of turn 4, charging into his flank, charging into his flank, and charging into his flank. With this, I do Shadow Miasma on his initiative, and I think I minused his initiative by 3, so he's, or I don't know what I minused. Maybe it was his weapon skill or something. I can't remember. But I also got Sneaky Slicing on my general, so he's rolling hits and wounds. Just the impact hits alone kill him. Kill off the 2 Vampire Knights. So I reform with all of my units. Over here, he takes out 5, 6. And I did some wounds as well. Over here, I do 1 wound, and he does 4. I think I win this one because I had charge, 2 for the flank, a wound, and a banner. I won this one by 1, and he sticks. And he decided to stay like that because he didn't want to give me a rear charge with my Wolf Rider or my chariots. So he goes on the bottom of 4. So there's no charges or anything or any movement. He just goes straight into combat. Doesn't really have any magic. Um, Kills 4. I kill off a few. Goes into turn. Yeah, goes into turn 5. Um, Charge in these guys, and I do 3 wounds. Win combat here. I think he dies. Charging this guy. It really is just me just cleaning up the rest of the table. I think on my asthma, their initiative down by 2, so I'm going first. Right here, he's dead from my goblins. Over here is the rest of his unit being taken out. He took out 5 guys, and I got 6, 9 with a flank. I think I got 1 more rank than he does. So I definitely win that combat, and he crumbles. And that's pretty much the end of the game. So I've got some fleeing wolf riders, my entire unit of boar boys. I've pretty much got everything but my chaff. Well, I do have everything but my chaff, so I completely wiped the table clean. The boar boys, obviously, I didn't get them into any type of good combat. The general performed really well. The wolf chariots performed really well. Feral orcs always perform well. I think I gave these guys paired weapons. It's like 28 attacks or 29 attacks or something like that when they're 7 wide. So I was thinking about using this list for Mountain Mayhem, but recently I've decided to bring multiple small units. So I'm just doing MSU. And if you see my video before this, you'll see what exactly I'm bringing. I'm not too worried about people looking at my list and being like, oh, I'm just going to make a list to counter this and hopefully play them. Or a grudge match or whatever. I don't really care. I'm not going to win. I'm going to play and have fun, because I've decided that if I want to win, I'm going to try and be competitive with Dread Elves instead of my Orcs and Goblins. And who knows, maybe if I just go to have fun, maybe I'll win a few games, a few more games than I usually win. So, yeah, it was a 20-0 victory because I completely wiped out the table. And it was just it was a fun game. Yeah, I kind of wish that I had the boar boys in a more or in a better position. Gargantulas always perform well. Well, not always, but against shooting lists, they die almost instantaneously. So for somebody with not a lot of shooting, it's going to be difficult to take out a Gargantula. But if you got bolt throwers like high elves, they got bolt throwers. Dread elves got bolt throwers. You got stone throwers or anything that's strength 6. You're more than likely going to take out whatever Gargantulas are there. Which I would recommend as the first target is any big monster. In terms of OnG, I would take out the spiders first because they're the most dangerous ones. And if you have no shooting, go with whatever magic you can. So anyways, that is the end. I've got another battle report I'm going to be doing against my brother. That's probably going to be released, whenever I feel like it. So, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you later.